Good morning, welcome back. Today I want to talk about it's never too late to start a garden. It's never too late to start a garden. Okay, we're going to discuss the pros and the cons of starting a garden, right? One of the pros of starting a garden is a lower grocery bill. Your grocery bill will be a lot lower because you'll be growing your own food, right? One of the That's the pro. One of the cons are the startup cost of a garden. But that can be minimized or brought down. You can use items that you throw away, plastic containers that contain your fruit. You can use those, cut, like let's say a gallon container that you buy milk in. You can cut that in half, put drainage holes, and fill it with dirt and plants. Use it as a planter. You can use a butter dish. Put some holes in the bottom. Use the butter dish as a planter, right? You can use stuff that you normally throw in the trash as planters, right? You could also get dirt, like I said, from a park, from an open land, open lot, from the swale. Get some dirt. Start a compost. The compost will enrich the dirt and keep the dirt more. Because things turn into dirt, like nutritious compost, which used as mixed with your dirt keeps enriching your soil, right? So that way you save money. And as for seeds and stuff, if you can't afford that, the scraps from the grocery store, the onions, the bottom of the onions, put it in water, have it grow roots and plant it. The potato, let it, have one that you cut a piece off to grow and let it, use that. Or a cucumber, take the seeds out. That's the fastest thing to grow, cucumbers. Take the seeds out, make a slice, take the seeds out of the slice, plant it. You'll get cucumbers. Tomatoes the same way. Use one slice or just take one slice, take the seeds out of that slice, eat the rest, the flesh of the tomato. You don't have to destroy your budget making a garden. There are different ways, there are workarounds that you can use, right? The second pro for your garden is that you know what goes into growing your plants. So while big companies mass producing and bacteria gets loose into the product and they have a recall on the product, you won't have a recall on your garden items because you know that what you've done to your garden items, you know that it's not mixed up to get E. coli bacteria, salmonella bacteria, or any bacteria. Because it's growing in your garden, you know what's there. You know what the plant went through, if the plant is good or bad, right? So therefore, you don't have to worry about recalls with your garden, right? That's a pro. Okay, so another con is time. Do I have the time to start a garden? It doesn't take that much time. Trust me on that one. And then after the garden is started, what do you need? 10, 15 minutes in the morning to water it and keep it moving? And then in the evening, if it's growing, you can cut something and use it to cook with or harvest. It's not that much time. I find out people always have time for what they want. Whatever they want to do, they find the time. So I say that to say if you really wanted a garden, you will find the time. Sound like a woodpecker. You will find the time. Yeah, woodpecker. So then, another pro was space, right? You can start a garden in a small space. You can start a garden on a windowsill. You don't have a balcony, um, you don't have a balcony, you don't have a yard, you're in an apartment, you can start it on a windowsill, kitchen windowsill, on a windowsill, put the plants in front of a window, right? Or you can start a hydroponic garden if you know that comes with a grow light, it's easy to maintain. You just, whenever you get a chance, you just fill up the tank and put the vitamins in, and that's it. Let it grow, right? So there is not really much excuses on why not to start a garden. Most of there are mostly pros instead of cons on starting a garden. Yeah, you can start it inside, like I said, hydroponically. So I say that to say, what is stopping you? What is stopping you from starting your garden? Do you not want control of your food? Do you want do you want the prices to keep escalating and escalating and escalating? And next thing you know, look at eggs. We were paying a lot of money for eggs. A dozen eggs, we were paying what? Some people were paying $14 for a dozen eggs. Some people were paying $8, $9, $10 for a dozen eggs, right? Let's say a head of cabbage went up to $8. Are you going to pay that $8 for a head of cabbage or lettuce when you can grow your own for pennies on the dollar? And the best time to start is now, before food prices start going up. Yeah. I am trying to convince you to save money, but that's, all on you. Whether you want to grow your own food or you want to depend on the grocery store. Look at the time we went through COVID and things were hard to get. Do you want to sit there and go to the store and realize that what I want, I can't get it because the shelves are empty and I could have grown it? Just think smart. Grow your own food. That way you don't have to worry if something goes down. You have a garden to pick your food from and eat at any time. Grow your own food. That way, if you do stockpile things, those are the ducks in the morning. I'm sorry about that. I can't help nature, but yeah. So if you're stockpiling food and you have your own garden, that's less food to stockpile because you have fresh food. If you stockpiling food, usually that food is not going to be fresh. But if you have your garden, you have fresh and you have regular grains or whatever it is you stockpile. It'll be easier to stockpile, right? So I'm just saying it's best to, I did a video on, because I buy 20 pounds bag of rice to last me for a while. And then I use the sack that the rice come in as a grow container, a grow bag. So there are many ways that you can use things, think outside of the box. Think outside of the box and you can get your garden growing too, right? So I just say that to say, for those people that are on the fence and can't really decide whether they want to or not, this is just a little, push to help you go ahead and say, why not? Let's just start it, right? So I thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.